¿Qué tal, amigos Exatex? Estoy frente a uno de los gurús más importantes en el concepto del pensamiento positivo. Me refiero al doctor Martin Seligman, seguramente muchos de ustedes conocen. Doctor, thank you very much for being with us today. And I would like you to share thoughts about the positive thinking or the positive psychology, which is part of your studies from many, many years ago. And how can we start building our own concept so that we can do our best in our activities, professional or familiar, for all of our alumni all over the world.
Right. Well, if you had asked the alumni when they were students here what they most wanted in life, they would have said things like happiness, fulfillment, health. And then if you asked them when they graduated what did they get taught, they would have said numeracy, literacy, discipline. There would have been almost no overlap between what they most wanted in life and what we taught them about the road to success in the world. So the vision that Tech Milenio now has, and it's the first university in the world to take this up for a whole university, is we both want to give our students the knowledge to succeed in the world, but we also want them to have fulfillment, happiness, and well-being. And it turns out that both can be taught. So this will be the first university curriculum in the world to turn out future alumni who both succeed and are also happy.
Great. And the concept, as far as I know, is related with a concept by the name of Perma. How can you describe, in general, what the Perma means and what can we do in order to get involved with
this? If we're going to teach well-being to our students, the question is, what is it? And I think there are 5 elements of well-being, what free people choose when they're unoppressed. The first is positive emotion, what you mean by happiness. People choose to be in a good mood, but they also choose, that's the P. The E is engagement. People want to be in flow, completely wrapped up in what they're doing. They choose good relationships, R. They choose meaning and purpose, being part of something larger and serving it. And they choose accomplishment. So the vision of Tech Milenio's alumni in the future will be people who have a lot of A, achievement and success, but also people who have good positive emotion, high engagement, good relationships, and meaning and purpose in life.
Okay, and when you said that we can teach most of those concepts, what will be your recommendation for most of us that have kids or grandkids to help them in their short lives in order to get involved in this, what I call perhaps attitude or behaviors?
Right. So we know quite a bit about the role of Perma in the lives of growing kids. In general, the more Perma that children have, the better they do in life, both mentally and physically. So your question is, what are the things that parents can do?
That's right.
So one thing that we've done, I have 7 children, one thing that we've done with our children from age 2 on is before they go to sleep at night, we review the day, we kind of, what went well today? And we get them to tell us stories of what went well. For engagement, people go into flow. Time stops for them when their highest strengths just meet the challenges that come their way. So we want to identify what our kids are really good at, and we want that to meet the challenges that come their way. For good relationships, there are lots of techniques of good relationships. One that's important is when a friend or someone you love, one of the child's best friend, tells the child something good that's occurred, we need to teach our children how to celebrate with other children. And for meaning and purpose, we want our children not to just to be about themselves, but to see themselves as part of something larger and to belong to and serve what is larger in their life.
What's the relationship, from your perspective, between the well-being and the well-doing of any person at all?
When people have high well-being and are optimistic and are future-minded, that's a necessary condition for well-doing. So in general, we find that high well-being, high optimism, high future-mindedness are all related to doing things. Depression, low well-being, pessimism, lack of meaning are related to passivity.
Great, well done. Thank you very much for your concepts. Y bueno, los invitamos a ustedes a tomar ventaja de este importante poder de decidir que tenemos como seres humanos. Y como exalumnos del Tecnológico de Monterrey, pues quisiera invitarlos a no quedarnos nada más en el bienestar y en el bien ser, sino en el bien hacer. Esa invitación es algo general, donde cada uno de nosotros tenemos esa tremenda responsabilidad de cumplir con un compromiso social para generar un entorno donde todos vivamos mejor. Felicidades y estaremos en contacto.